Hi all, I welcome you all to this session. Today I have someone in front of me who needs no introduction, at least in mathematical circles. Those who are preparing for Math Olympiad or those who have done this before know that she has made India proud, winning a medal for India in EGMO 22, which was held in Hungary. While she was holding the Indian flag in the stage, it was a very proud moment for me and all the mathematics enthusiasts in the country. To tell you, to share more of her achievements, when she qualified INMO in class 8, she was the only girl child and she was the youngest among all the 30 boys who qualified INMO. She has already qualified INMO thrice in 3 attempts. She has won bronze medal for India in EGMO 22, which was held in Hungary. She represented India in EGMO 21, which was held in Georgia. She is a silver medal in Iranian Geometry Olympiad 2019. She has a diploma in Shuriken 2020. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, if there was enough time, there could be an entire session dedicated to her achievements. But the session is all about you people, all the young mathematics enthusiasts who want to represent India, particularly girls, and do big in mathematics. So in this session, we'll be talking about Gunjan's Olympiad journey, the roadblocks that she faced. I mean, there has to be a lot of roadblocks in a journey. How she overcame those roadblocks, her favorite books, her favorite study material, and all the general questions which you people ask me over Telegram. I'll be bombarding all those questions to her, and let's see how it goes. So let us get started. Gunjan, starting. I mean, the first question: how about your preparations? What is the starting? How did the preparation start? What was the motivation? And what were the general roadblocks, if any, in your preparation of Mathematics Olympiad?
I started my preparation when I was very young. I think I was in fifth grade when I started to study about Olympiads, and I really got to know about them, and I really enjoyed it. And
Amazing.
my sister was there to help me all the time, and she helped me a lot with the books and doubts, and she would tell me how to study and help me prepare. The first major roadblock I faced was the transition from school mathematics to Olympiad mathematics, because they're very different, and Olympiad mathematics need a lot more time, and you need to struggle a lot with the problems. And that's how I started, and I did some theory in fifth grade and sixth grade, and the major roadblocks were motivation and how to overcome the fear of failure, and when you're not able to solve problems, the exam stress and things like that.
Great. And since you qualified INMO in class 8, so I mean, I get a lot of students who are studying class 8, class 7, and they're preparing for INMO and Mathematics Olympiad in general. And they ask me, the first question they ask is, being in class 8, is it possible to qualify INMO? I mean, the real example, the live example is in front of you, but what do you have to say to those students who are in grade 7, grade 8, and starting their Olympiad preparation? And can they make it to INMO in their first attempt?
Surely can, like many people did make it. I think it's more important to not look at it as like I want to qualify this exam this year, or I'll not be the youngest person, I'll not be in eighth grade anymore. If you look at it like that, you'll get unnecessary amount of stress. It's better to just go to the exam room and try the 6 problems given to you, or whatever the number of problems are, instead of looking at it as a contest. Just look at the problems and try the way you try at home.
Amazing. So you said you started your journey in class 5th. So what was the first thing that I mean, how did it start? I mean, you've decided you're in class 5th, and as soon as you enter class 6th, 5th, you decided that you want to go to, I mean, prepare for Maths Olympiad. So what is the first thing that you...
I did the book Elementary Number Theory by David Burton.
Okay, that is a number theory. I mean, that is one of the best books of number theory till date.
Yeah, and I did the book Challenges and Thrills in pre-college. I didn't do both of them completely, but I did major portions.
I mean, so you started these 2 books in class 5th. This is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Amazing. So this is going to give a lot of heartbreaks to a lot of students who started in their journey in class 7 and 8. But yes, I mean, it is all about struggle. As Gunjan mentioned, struggle nahi hoga to nahi hoga. I mean, as simple as that. So you need to spend a lot of time with a lot of questions in mathematics. I mean, she started her journey in class 5th and it was a huge struggle. I mean, I'm very sure you must have done some of the topics of class 11th also by the time you reached class 5th and class 6th. and that is amazing. I mean, that is a great motivation for all these students who are listening to or watching this uh, video. Amazing. Okay, so let us move on to the next question. Yes, so yes, a lot of students want to know about this because it is a dream for a lot of students to represent India, and you've done that not once, twice, and not even representing, but also one medal for India. I mean, how did the event go? I mean, how was your journey, your preparation, and all about what happened there? I mean, I'm sure you want to discuss that as soon as not many people know. So, but as soon as she landed in Hungary, I mean, there was a minor accident. I mean, you faced, and so much so that there was a possibility that she might not write the exam, but again, she overcame that with great difficulty. She was able to write the exam, and not only wrote, she won the medal for India. I mean, that is a super motivation story for all the students who are listening to this. So, Gunjan, yes, all about it, your preparation and the event.
I think when I qualified the DSTs, that was like a major shock. Like I was like, oh my god, now I'm gonna give EGMO, and then I was preparing very hard for it because it's a great honor to represent the country. And then when I got to know that there is a possibility we might go offline, because we were all in a mood that it's gonna be online. So that was like really exciting for me. And then when it was sure that we're going offline, that just gave a kickstart to my motivation, and that increased my motivation level to, I guess, 25,000 times.
Amazing.
And for preparation, I think I just did a lot of problems, ISLs and other contests. I did a lot of mocks, and that helped me a lot.
Amazing. And what about that moment when you were holding India's flag on the stage?
I cannot get over that, honestly.
Yeah, that is a dream for a lot of us. I mean, the students as well as the teachers to be representing your own country. But yes, you've done that. Amazing, and more power to you. There are, I mean, 2 more years, at least 2 more years left, and we hope that you keep on representing not only in EGMO event but also in IMO, and win medals for India. Amazing. And do you want to discuss about that accident and how you overcame that?
So when we were in Mumbai, we were supposed to leave for the airport in a few minutes, and I was super excited. Obviously, we're going to a different country for a contest, so I was just running, and then I fell, and I had a major injury. I didn't realize too much at first. I just shaked it off like, okay, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. And then when we had a halt in Germany on our way to Budapest, so that's when I realized, like, okay, this is not too fine. I need help. And so we were in a different country. We didn't have visa. We didn't have proper medications or any medicines. So it was really hard there. And my team was really supportive, and they helped me a lot. They helped me with the luggage. They gave me medicines. And then when we reached in Budapest, my parents were there. They helped me. They provided me with the medication, and I was fine after that. And I mostly focused on the injury in my leg because that was the major challenge during the travel. And then opening ceremony happened, and then I'm like, okay, exam is tomorrow. Let's pack stuff. And then I realized, okay, I have a huge injury in my hand. What if I can't write? And that night, my team just sat with me, and they were like, Gunjan, you're gonna be fine. They gave me so many past examples of how they had the worst conditions, but they still did very well. And I'm just so grateful to my team for being there for me.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, this needs a lot of applause from everyone who is watching this, and this is the true example that when you're representing your country, मतलब कुछ भी हो जाए, you have to do it. I mean, for the country. Amazing. I mean, this is a amazing source of inspiration for a lot of us who want to make big. Amazing. Okay, so again, another common question which a lot of students post: what books should they be doing at the start, and also if they are at the medium level of preparation, or I mean, they've cleared IOQM once or twice, and how do they prepare for INMO? I mean, what are the books? What are the materials that they should be using? So, what all books have you done? What all previous papers have you done? And what are, I mean, and it is obvious that you had a lot of time from class 5th to class 8, and it's a good time. But normally, students do not have that much time, and a lot of, I mean, because of unawareness of these Olympiads in India, a lot of students get to know about this in class 8, class 9, and class 10. And by the time they reach class 11, I mean, they're either preparing for JEE or preparing for NEET. So not many are able to, dedicate themselves for mathematics Olympiad. If a student has typically, let's say, 1 year or 2 year of preparation and dedicated preparation for Maths Olympiad, so what are the essential books he or she should be doing?
I think it does not matter how much time you have left, as long as you're motivated enough. And my favorite books would probably be EGMO by Evan. That gave me a lot of confidence after I did that. And I guess that's just enough.
But EGMO book, I mean, I'm sure you've tried EGMO book after doing this pre-college mathematics, right? Okay.
Pre-college mathematics is an elementary book which helps you build your foundation.
Yeah, so that's what. So those who are preparing it for the first time or those who are starting, so PCM is one book that that is a must. I mean, should be doing, and it because prepares you, it builds a base, it lays a strong foundation for the other advanced books. Also geometry, it is EGMO by Venchan. And how about other topics like number theory and algebra?
For algebra, I never met with any book that was like very systematic or which was just enough for some exam. So I guess for algebra, you could just try problems, and it's important to go with theory again and again. So because there's not much theory in algebra, but if you forget the bare minimum, you're probably not going to solve any problem.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, algebra, I mean, a lot of class 11th and 12th students are able to relate to algebra questions because, I mean, when they prepare for JEE, a lot of things which they do in class 11th in algebra are in sync with what is being asked in IOQM at least, right? So that is one thing. But so one other question which students pose is trigonometry. So trigonometry is quite challenging, particularly for the students of class 8th and 9th, because in NCERT trigonometry is not at all given. I mean, the introduction is in class 10th, and that too very basic trigonometry is there. So how did you deal with trigonometry at the start?
Very important, because my sister, she used to bash a lot with trigonometry. So one day I was like, okay, let's just finish this. I took SLONI and then I grinded it in I think 15 days, and I did first 20 exercises, and that was really motivating, because then I thought, like, when you're done with something, even if it's something basic, you feel like you've done something and you have some confidence that you'll be able to solve problems.
So when did this happen? I mean, which class were you in when you solved SLONI?
This was in 8th grade.
So class 8th, when she was in, I mean, she solved SLONI 20 exercises using, and then she did that for 15 days straight. So this is the kind of motivation and dedication that you require if you want to make this big. I mean, in any field, I would say, not only Maths Olympiad, but any field, if you want to make big, this is the kind of dedication, this is the kind of motivation that you should be having. So she did 15 days of trigonometry when she was in class 8, and 15 days and nothing else. I mean, and she solved one of the best basic books of trigonometry known till date, SLONI, which we probably tell to our students who are preparing for JEE. She had done it in class. So ये चाहिए यार, मतलब इतना चाहिए. Yes, you were saying something else.
After I did SLONI, I didn't really realize that I could solve Olympiad problems with that. I went a little bit into JEE side. I solved JEE modules, and that's where it went. And then I think in 9th grade, INMO had one geometry which was solvable with trigonometry. And there I was struggling with the problem, and I was sure that trigonometry is going to be useful here. And when I finally solved it, I was like, yes, that 8th grade 15 days weren't waste.
No, it is not like that, but I'm sure trigonometry might have helped you in some of the other aspects. I mean, you've given a lot of other Olympiads also, but it does help when I mean, two ideas to a particular problem. You feel a lot of confidence. And yes, sure. And how about PYQs? So PYQs, I'm sure you've tried. I mean, before giving the first attempt in INMO, I'm sure you've tried PYQs of INMO. And how many years have you did you work on?
Last 5-6 years I had done PYQs as mocks, and then previously I would just go to the contest and I would pick the problems I liked and I would solve them.
Great. Super. And apart from INMO PYQs, any other countries PYQs that you would want to recommend to?
I would recommend Russia and the IMO shortlist, just IMO, EGMO.
Okay, I'm very sure a lot of students are propelling me to ask about IOQM also, because we are totally on the lines of INMO and EGMO. But yes, that question is coming. Before I go to that question, IOQM question, what is the impact of online study? I'm sure you've done a lot of online studies, and I keep on saying that being in Vedantu, this is one of the advantages a lot of students have, particularly the students, like-minded students who want like-minded students at one place. So what has been the impact of online study in your life?
It has been very positive because when you're studying for some Olympiad, then there is not many people around you, and let alone enough for you to have a great discussion over some topic. So online studies really brought a lot of like-minded people together, and it was a lot of fun interacting with them. And then it also saves a lot of time, obviously, because travel and stuff.
Community, yes. Super. And you still do online, right?
Yeah.
All right. So last but not the least, I'm very sure the audience that we have is wanting some IOQM tips, particularly for this season. The exam is on 30th October. You don't have to give this exam because you're already you're senior now. But yes, those who are preparing for the first time or second time, and want to make big in mathematics Olympiad. So in your time, of course, when you started, it was pre-RMO, RMO, INMO format, and second year it was IOQM and INMO, I think. Right. So pre-RMO and IOQM is basically the same thing, and they've changed the pattern this time. They've included 2 10-mark questions. So what are the tips? I mean, when you gave pre-RMO for the first time, what all things did you keep in mind, if you want to shed some light over this?
I think I gave pre-RMO 2 times. The first time I gave, I was very confident, and I was very confident that I'll qualify. So I started with the 5 markers, and then I went to 3 markers, then I went to 2 markers. That year I actually got lucky because the 3 markers were lengthy, and I did 5 markers before 3 markers. And then in the next year, I wanted to play it safe, and I was not very confident about it. So I did 2 markers, then 3 markers, then 5 markers. And that's, I think, a better strategy, because when you're done with some number of 2 markers, obviously they're easier than the rest problems. You have a sense of confidence that I can score these many marks. And then you move on to something harder, then even if you're not able to solve it, you still have some marks that you've gained. And the main challenge, I think, for IOQM is that even though people know a lot of theory and they're very good at Olympiads, they're not able to crack IOQM. That's probably because they either are not accurate with the computational style problems, or they're not used to the style of problem. So I wouldn't suggest grinding such problems 24/7 before IOQM, but it's always better to do some mocks like with the same pattern.
Amazing. So a lot of mocks before this, and by the way, we are starting with our camp very soon, and we are going to have around 10 to 12 mocks in that camp last 1 month. So those who have not watched that video, do so and join the camp ASAP. It is going to be free of cost, and Gunjan might be taking some of the classes in that camp, and not only in that camp, but we're also pushing her to take some classes in some of the elite batches like INMO, and so those who are already enrolled in INMO and RMO batch of Vedantu Olympiad School, they are in for some treat. The details will be out very soon. Okay, so any last words, Gunjan? So this is particularly for the first timers, and Those who have qualified IOQM, I mean, very easily last time, and we have a lot of audience who wrote INMO last year but did not qualify, and put not enough marks to get qualified. What are the tips and what they should be doing in this particular time?
I think they should just practice and they should analyze. This is a major problem with people, that after an exam, if it goes bad, they're scared to analyze it or look back at it. Even I was scared of it for a long time. But it's very important to analyze what went wrong. Because if it's if you look at a problem and you think that you should have been able to do it, but you didn't do it in an exam, that is a problem, because you should be able to do what you're able to do at home. It's maybe you were nervous or you didn't sleep at night, but you were just, something went wrong, and it's important to analyze what went wrong. If it's a problem with the theory, then you should read more theory. And
So basically, analysis of exams is really important. This is what we keep on telling to our students also. I mean, this is one of the first things that I say. I mean, when students come to me and they say, I've scored this amount of marks out of this in IOQM, my first question is, how much could you have scored? I mean, this is what your score is and what was your potential score. So calculate that and try to reach that score the next time. So this is the thumb rule. So again, analysis is really very important, not only for mocks, but also, I mean, I'm sure a lot of students watching this video will be in class 8 and who are going to give this. This is going to be the first attempt or maybe the second attempt, and they have a lot of attempts left. So even if this does not go well, you should have a heart, as Gunjan mentioned, to analyze this, what went wrong. And this is very important because if the exam doesn't go well, we do have a lot of heart break and वो नफरत सा हो जाता है, and we tend to look the other way कि अब तो नहीं करना, या if we start afresh, we don't look at the exam which went wrong. And this is really important to analyze what went wrong, because once you realize what went wrong, only then you can improve upon it for the next years. Amazing, Gunjan. So thank you, Gunjan, for taking all the questions and sparing your valuable time. Superb, amazing journey, and I think this is going to be a recorded session. But those who are watching it should send hearts for the Gunjan, because she has a long journey. Abhi, she's in class 11 and a lot to do. And thank you, Gunjan. Any last words for all the audience that we have?
thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gunjan. All right, guys. So that is it, and looking forward to see you all in the camp. Bye.